Hey everybody, welcome back to the Rayhart Rundown.
What's up?
If you are just joining us, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel so you can see all the videos. And if you are listening to us on Spotify, make sure you follow us on there. Follow us on Spotify so that you can catch up on the episodes, see previous episodes, see if when next time we put something out, you'll be ready to go. You'll catch it. So let me just get all that out of the way. Like us. Push the thumb. Like. We don't care about the bell. Fuck that bell. I'm going to get a shirt that says fuck the bell.
There you go.
People will be like, you hate Taco Bell? I'm like, no.
Okay. I saw a meme the other day, and it blew my fucking mind because I never heard something so true in my life.
Let's hear it.
Why is it that every employee at Taco Bell smokes weed but doesn't know how to roll a fucking burrito? Like, it makes no freaking sense.
Because there's a corporate standard on how to roll a Taco Bell burrito. So what we need to do is get the CEOs and the upper VPs hooked on weed, and then all burritos will be rolled correctly and tight.
Yes. Tight. But just don't lick my burrito.
That's why you can go to Moe's, and that shit is blazing thick. Those motherfuckers be rolling blunts up in there. Welcome to Moe's.
I like how your version of a blunt is like this big.
Dude, did you see the burritos? I'm talking about the burritos. Nobody's rolling no ganja freaking hog. Anywho, what was it talking about on the Patreon pre-show?
Alcohol
And going back to the gym.
Oh, yeah, going back to the gym.
Yeah.
It's time.
It's time. It's time for us to get back in shape. It's time for us to get back in time for me to get back in shape for sure.
Yeah, go to the gun show. Which actually, they're still there.
Oh yeah, they just hide under the fat, and then
Yeah,
you have
I
to go
just
back
gotta
in,
lose that.
and it sucks, and you have to like go back
But it's
in
right
and
here.
do cardio.
It's actually here. Like, it's there. I'm still strong. I just gotta...
Why are you trying to convince me? I'm not trying to date you. Look at the camera.
Still strong. No, please, don't ask me out.
So the last...
I need to go back to the gym. If you ask me out, I might not go. So just don't ask me out right now.
On the last episode of the Rayhart Rundown,
The simulation.
we talked about the simulation.
Bro.
A lot of people were intrigued by this topic. A lot of people were actually intrigued by this topic. They hit me up about it. And trying to explain it again, I'm not going to.
Just
the
do
link
your research.
again. Just do you saw the link in the description before, and I'm sure
It's mind blowing.
it's crazy. It's wild. It's fun.
It makes me rethink life.
It makes you rethink everything. But the one of the things that to unpack was at the very end of the show where we talked about the Greek gods versus Roman gods,
Yeah.
which has nothing to do with the simulation whatsoever. But it was a this or that. Would you rather be a Greek god or a Roman god?
Yeah, I had no idea. I mean, it pretty much is the same. They just changed up some of the gods, but they inherited a lot of the Roman gods into the Greek gods.
Did you look it up? Because people were commenting on the YouTube channel of like, you need to do your homework.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because what I looked up was that the Greek gods had, after the fall of Rome and everything, they like inherited a majority of the Roman gods, or vice versa, whichever way. And
This is your story.
from the research I saw, one of them inherited the other one's gods, but like changed some names and like added some or like took some out, and like it was like they just like edited it.
They just did it like how they wanted to.
Yeah. They were like, you know what?
Magic.
We like this god. We like these ones. Fuck these guys. We're going to bring them over here to this religion.
Speaking of religion and editing, I had a conversation with somebody the other day about the Bible
Uh-oh.
and why.
Here we go. One of the
I
topics
know
we don't normally talk
don't
about.
talk about religion, but it wasn't. And I'm not even going to talk about.
Oh, fuck it. Let's
Hold
just
on.
go ham. We got to get noticed somehow.
That's what I'm saying. Speaking of
How
ham,
to lose all your
This is
subscribers
literally-
in one episode.
Let's
literally-
go. This is literally about ham. That's what. Hold on. So let me.
Okay.
Because it was like, I questioned is like, how come on Easter most stores sell a Sunday ham, an Easter ham? Like commercially, a lot of stores will sell spiral cut honey baked ham on Easter. I know, sounds amazing, but
I love honey baked ham.
I know. Hold on.
They have a honey baked
How
ham
come?
restaurant.
How come?
I've never been. Highly recommended.
How come pork is not allowed to be, or by some religions, not allowed to be eaten because it's in the Old Testament?
It's got hooves.
No, I get the whole rule, but why?
It's the devil's meat? I don't know.
Okay. That's what, but that was my question.
Pork is, I think it's because, I don't know, but what I can assume is because it's a hooved creature, which is supposed to be like a demonic thing, but it also because it's a filthy creature. They play in shit. It's a pig. It plays in shit. You know what I mean? Like
cows.
Cows don't normally play in their own shit.
But aren't cows hooved?
They are.
Okay, so what's the difference? Why pork and not other red meat? I don't expect you to have an answer right now. I don't by any stretch. I know someone right now is listening and or vibrating in their car and or at home with an answer. And leave it in the comments.
Comment down below.
Comment down below. I'm not expecting a real biblical answer or anything like that, but it was one of those things where I just questioned. Somebody brought it up, and I was like, why? And they were like, that's just how it is. I'm like, that's not a good enough answer. Why? Like, why?
Because the simulation.
Because the simulation dictates it. No. So yeah, I had that conversation at work too. So
the one guy programming what we eat on, holidays.
Yeah.
Must have really hated pork.
He started giving up halfway though. Like he was just like, squirrel. Tastes like chicken. Beaver. Chicken.
But let's put their buttholes in candy.
Yeah, what is it? We will learn that the
artificial flavoring for like strawberry,
and this was all part of the comic strip the comic book that never got
off the ground.
No, unfortunately,
but
people gave up on it.
I know strawberry was on there,
and some other flavor, but there was like
flavors.
It was a beaver's gland.
It was a beaver's butthole gland
that makes artificial flavor. Did you know that? You didn't. You should have listened to the other episodes.
Remember that the next time you're eating some Starburst.
The next time you pop a Starburst in your mouth, eat beaver butthole.
So now when people ask, do you eat ass?
You could say yes. And you can tell them what your favorite flavor is. All right. So yeah, there's that. So I don't have conversations about religion at work. Just
right on.
Put that right out there right now.
I've had conversations about religion at work.
Yeah? Did people's deities come into question?
No. They usually just laughed about it. Because of the way that I would explain it.
Like what?
Like how I'm gonna say this without trying to piss people off, but just keep in mind
this is season finale this is episode finale for season 5. So
all right, Dad asked me to go to church one Sunday for Easter Sunday. You talk about Easter,
right?
Asked me to go to church, Easter Sunday church.
And you told him
here, and I told him, "Nah, I think I'm okay." He says, "Are you sure? They're gonna have a helicopter there throwing candy out to the children."
What?
I said, "Time out." Yeah,
hold on.
What?
I was like a helicopter, like a helicopter.
Helicopter.
Like it flies around
like
helicopter. Not like a helicopter. Like a toy helicopter.
No, like a legit like Black Hawk. Fucking not a Black Hawk.
The kids are all scared. Oh,
fucking shooting candy out to children. No,
Jesus is angry.
But no, like they had a helicopter.
Yeah.
I was like, so hold on, Dad. I was like, by religious standards or church standards, every Sunday you're supposed to put 10% of your paycheck.
Tithing, right. It might be more than 10, but go ahead. A percentage. Let's just say different denominations have different rules.
As far as I remember, it was 10.
For our church, it was 10. For some other churches, it's like 15. Or some of them like, you should give 20. And they're like, what?
I'm going to go with 10. It's a fair number. If you think so. I was like, so every week you give the church 10% of your paycheck, and they turn around and use that money to hire a pilot, rent a helicopter, fuel the helicopter, and buy candy to throw it down to children.
Because somebody wanted a helicopter ride. Because the pastor wanted to ride a helicopter.
They are children. They will be happy if you just fucking hand them candy. Like, you don't, like, that is a huge expense that you're paying 10% of your paycheck towards. And then when the helicopter gets there, the pastor pulls in his fucking Mercedes Benz. No, dude. I'm not a fan.
Okay.
I'm just not a fan. I think that you don't have to go to church every Sunday and spend 10% of your paycheck giving money to them so that the pastor can live in a luxurious house and a Mercedes Benz and throw candy out of a helicopter to the children. I think it's a waste of money, and I think it's partially a scam. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a beautiful thing to have. If you have a religion, if you have a belief, I think it's wonderful. I just don't believe in the sanctity of the church.
But
Don't even get me started on the Vatican. I'm joking.
No, okay, so at the end of the day, here's the thing. The church, let's be honest, wasted money on a helicopter.
Yeah.
How much was the cost, though? Was the helicopter donated? You don't know. What if the helicopter was free? What if the church was like, we got a free helicopter? How could we use that?
Because who the fuck just gives out a free helicopter?
I don't know. There's a cost somewhere.
Come on. Yeah,
There's got to be a cost somewhere.
There's a cost on your soul.
But
But I mean, like I said, if you have whatever, go to, you know what? Like I said
It's
in
not
the
about- but
pre-show,
that's
like
not
I said
about-
in the pre-show. You do you.
But that's not about a
what you
religious
wanna-
belief. Like what you just said with the helicopter story is not about a difference of people getting upset about a religious belief or a belief structure. It's about about a church.
Yeah,
We're not even going to say the type of religion, but the church.
Yeah.
Essentially wasting money.
Yeah.
On.
But
and
I feel like,
probably writing it off.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of churches do that.
Well, no, churches aren't taxed, so I guess there's no write-off there.
Yeah. But I feel like a lot of churches kind of waste money like that. I mean, if you're...
Do you think churches should be taxed?
100%.
Yeah.
Technically, it's a fucking business.
I mean, yeah. Here's what I'm saying is that if you are at a point where you're paying employees or you're paying the pastor, then there you go.
Yeah, that's now become a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Done.
Like, it needs to... Yeah. No, I think they should be. And now people are vibrating in their cars.
Yeah, now there's people vibrating in their cars going, leave the churches alone. It's not about us attacking churches. It's just the amount of money that goes through religious organizations and it's, I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah. Dude, I'm so going to hell. When I was 8 years old, I saw a pastor driving a Mercedes, and I was like, I want to be a pastor. Like, it was it. Just
You're like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah. It was like, I get to work 1 hour a week? Yeah, I'm going to hell.
That's why I want to be a stand-up comedian. Same thing. 1 hour a week.
That's right. 1 hour a week.
A couple hours a night. Be done.
Yep. So...
Yeah. So there's that.
What happened to your arm?
Where? What happened? Oh, the scratch?
Yeah.
I have no idea. That's the thing. That's the other thing. As you get older, you'll find out. You'll have scratches or bruises or whatever. You'll be like, I have no memory. There's complete memory loss. But
trust me,
chances are at work. In this case, I got stabbed by this is going to come across really bad when I say it. So don't say anything until I finish the story.
I can't guarantee that.
I got stabbed by a bed frame. Wait for it. No. So somebody there was like a bed frame up, like I was driving the forklift in the back, and there was like a metal bed frame sticking out of like a cart or something.
Oh, that sounds safe.
Yeah, that's what I said. And I backed up the lift and it scratched me, and I turned around and grabbed the freaking bed frame. One hand tossed that shit up into the air and like made a huge racket, and they were like, "Hey Bob, you seem angry today."
Is that different from any other day?
Yeah, so cool. You noticed. I don't know what you want. A prize, cookies? But that's what that's from. Yeah.
Right on. I saw a bar back with he had socks, and it said like, "These socks are dope," and it had like a weed leaf on it or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It was like specialized socks.
Right.
I happen to also be wearing, because I own a few pairs of socks like that instead of just like plain black socks.
Right.
And I happen to be wearing mine. And
Okay,
it said,
that's it.
"Beware of dog," and it had a husky's head on it. And I was like, "Oh, I got that." And I bent down and lifted up my jeans to show the sock.
No, your pant leg.
Yeah.
Got it.
And and then I was stuck there.
Forever? No, but what do you mean stuck?
I threw my back out, just bending down to lift up my fucking pant leg. This happened 2 days ago. I was like, oh shit. Like, this is where I live now.
This is where I am.
So I had to go like fucking sit down and like stretch out.
My new job is just going around tying people's shoes. I forget.
Yeah. That was rough. I was like, God damn, I fucking hate getting old. And I'm like, I'm not even that old. And I'm already like...
I've been down at work. Listen to this story. I've been down at work. I bought jeans. You know how I buy the jeans at Rural King?
Yeah. I
don't even care. I buy the jeans at Rural King.
But you're married. You can do that.
I have a bit about Rural King now, by the way. Anyways, yeah. Anyways, I buy the jeans at Rural King. And I have to bend down to like hook shrink wrap to a pallet or whatever. So I was going to shrink wrap a pallet of stuff. And I was like, so I want to tie the shrink wrap at the bottom corner. And this is kind of sort of towards the end of my day. And I buy the big baggy painter's jeans. You know, like they're not cargo. They're painter's jeans. You know what I'm talking about? They have like a hoop, or carpenter jeans. They have like a hoop over here for the hang.
I'm wearing them right now.
To hang a hammer that I'll never fucking use. And then like a pocket over here that's supposed to be for pencils that I end up throwing my cell phone in. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like pockets that are meant for things that I don't use it for. So I had a pair of those.
When you mentioned that, I went to go grab the loop. I just discovered a new pocket. Anyway.
Magic pockets. So I bent down to do it.
I never knew that was for pencils.
Yeah, I think so, because it's not very deep. And what else would you put there? That's screwdrivers? Tools? What do you have in there? A knife? Of course you do. Maybe you should stay in Florida. I don't think Vegas is going to work out.
Oh, you just gave away the secret. I might be moving to Vegas.
We'll talk about that in just a minute. Anyways, so I bent down, and I hear...
Oh, dude, happens all the time,
Hold
bro.
on. I'm frozen now. Now I'm frozen, because now I'm in a squatting position.
Yeah.
I didn't bend over like at the waist to like, because I know the whole back, throw the back out situation, and then you're just a fucking lowercase n walking around the rest of the day. I don't want to be that. So I squatted down, but I have to do, because I'm fat, because I have a gut, you have to do that like thing where you like put your feet like this. You know what I'm talking about. You have to put your feet, okay, your feet are like, imagine your feet, and then you have to go like this.
Extra like...
I don't know what it is. I have to like spread my toes apart in order to crouch, in order to plie down to do it. I noticed this after I turned 40 and got this little gut on me. I'm like, I can't just bend down anymore. I have to like plie down to the floor. So I plied down to the floor, and my pants went. My pants were like, we don't plie. I'm not plieing. They ripped. I figured, oh, they rip in the back like thought. No, because they're baggy.
Ripped in the crotch.
They ripped right in the crotch. And I stopped. Here's the thing.
The rip?
Hold on. That's what I say. I froze. I literally froze, stopped moving, because I heard the rip start to happen. And I stopped. And I looked down. And it was one of those rips now where it wasn't a complete rip. It was just like threads. The strings. Like it was just like half ripped.
Yep.
So it looked like a harp right on my crotchal.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, I stood up real quick and I looked down. And luckily, my pants were baggy enough that you would only notice if you were like, staring at my crotch. So my thought process now is the only way to cover this up is to call out anybody who calls it out first. The minute somebody says, I think your pants are ripped, I'm like, what are you staring at my dick for? That's going to be the answer for the rest of the day. Didn't even care. So I came home and threw those pants right away.
Yeah, so
Bought 2 more pairs the next day.
I have a story.
Okay.
Similar.
Ripped pants story?
Yep.
Let's hear it.
So I woke up one day to go to work,
mm-hmm.
and I have to be at work at 2 p.m. I wake up, it's 2:05. I immediately jump out of bed, and I'm super late. I
Clearly.
fucking grab underwear, because I still shower before work.
I shower before and after. I get it. If I could shower midway through work, I would do it. But
yeah,
go ahead.
like, I don't care if I'm late, I'm showering. So, like, fucking just grab the first pair of underwear, grab the first pair of fucking jeans, grab the fucking...
Go.
The shirt,
right.
fucking go. Fucking, I'm at work by, like, 2:25, 2:30, you know?
Yeah, within minutes.
Yeah. Like, it's just real quick, fucking wash down or whatever, get dressed, fucking out, brush my teeth, out the door. Brush my teeth while I'm showering, out the door. Halfway through my shift, I squat down to, like, grab a Red Bull from the back of the cooler. Mm-hmm. And it's, like, I feel, like, super breezy. Like,
you got the cooler open, it's like...
Yeah, like, it's...
Yeah.
But I'm like, why are my balls so cold right now?
You're like, am I chewing Dentine ice? What's happening?
It's like I just used a fire and ice condom. What's happening? And I look down. Not only was there a hole in the crotch of my jeans, but there was a hole in my underwear, and my balls were hanging out.
So you had your dick and balls hanging out?
No, just
at
the
work?
balls.
You had just your balls hanging out at work?
Yeah, because like the underwear had like the pocket for the dick, so the balls.
You had dick pocket underwear?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
you ripped those?
They were old pair of underwear.
Okay,
apparently,
so they were just wore out. Got it.
And they were just wore out. My balls were sticking out of my. Yeah.
You looked down and one ball was just like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Like those little fucking member berries on South Park. Like, I remember.
Yeah, nobody saw. Thank God. That would be an awkward HR conversation. But
Adam, do you feel it necessary to come with your balls hanging out to work?
like, so yeah, that happened, and I immediately I just went into the office and like took a sheet of fucking duct tape and like,
you duct taped your pants? Doesn't that call it out more?
Well, no, like
if you walk out with a duct tape diaper on, when people are like,
It was directly in between my legs, so like, and I've got big thighs, so when I walk, you don't see it.
Okay,
but I was able to just on the inside of my I undid my jeans. And,
I feel like
inside.
at first you tried to staple it.
No.
Oh, I would have tried to staple it.
No, but
it's not working. It's not working.
But no, I duct tape the inside so you also wouldn't see it on the out, Mm-hmm. Just so that my balls wouldn't fucking fall out of my jeans when I squatted down. But then there was another time, different pair of jeans.
Different situation.
Different
day.
It's already late in the night, and I was the first one there, so I'm usually the first one to leave, right? Mm-hmm. And so it was already late in the day. Dude, I squatted down to grab a fucking Red Bull or whatever, one of those beers out of the coolers.
I would raise the coolers at this point. I'd be like, we need to put these coolers up on blocks. It's bullshit.
I squatted down to reach for a White Claw or whatever, and I hear the. It wasn't just a. No, it was.
It was like long division Velcro on a
Bro, it was literally from my leg to my dick.
You ripped the thigh out,
bro.
You ripped the seam.
Yeah. The whole thing was you just saw the leg of my boxer briefs.
You were just like, I'm wearing a dress right now.
I stood up, handed the White Claw to the other bartender, and I went, I'm cut, and fucking ran my check out, and walked into the office and handed my check out to my manager at the time. And he was like, I didn't cut you. And I just looked down at my legs. He goes, go home.
Yeah, I did. Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah. And I immediately walked to my car, got in my car, and drove home.
So that wasn't at this bar that you're at now?
It
was.
I've been there for 4 years, dude.
Oh, so this wasn't recently then?
No, this was, This
okay.
was
you say you drove home, but I know that
it was back when I lived in Lehigh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it was... That shit was hilarious. As soon as I stood up, I was like, I'm going home.
Yeah, I'm done with it. This is not a good idea today.
Yep, I'm not duct taping the whole fucking outside of my jeans. No.
Have you ever thought about doubling down and just cutting the other side and be like, this is the new style now, dumbass?
Never thought of it, but yeah.
Everybody does this. You're not cool if you don't do this.
Girls show side boob, I show side tube. Okay?
Yeah. Let's see, what else happened? I learned that they have a contest. My boss showed me this because he's entering it, I guess, this summer or something. They have a contest in Port Charlotte where people that make and build their own speakers. Have you heard about this? Do you know about this?
No.
See about this? They make and they build their own speakers and then have a contest to see whose speakers are the best.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and he's got some that he had his brother or friend or whatever in New York build. So he went up there, I guess, and saw the other competition to see what they had. And now he's like, I'm going to go flex on these fools. And here's the thing. I tell this story because I'm like, I didn't know. Like, you can buy, and I guess this is stupid of me for not knowing this, but like the components to just build your own speaker.
That's cool.
At first I was like, why would you want to?
Yeah.
I didn't think, but I guess it's a whole thing. And then one of the bosses brings something back to my area, and he's all like, I need you to dispose of this, because I handle a lot of the hazmat stuff. He's like, I need you to dispose of this. I'm like, what is it? And it looked like this box, and had a couch pillow stuffed in the back of it. I was like, what the hell? And I flip it around. It's literally a homemade built amplifier. Like, somebody was like, put like a luggage handle on the top, and like screws, and there's wood and chaos. And I was so tempted to be like, I looked at my assistant and I was like, do we have a microphone? He goes, why? I'm like, I will do stand up in the break room with this. They can't say that I've used any of the property here if it's something they found outside to throw away. He's like, we do not have a microphone. And he goes, and you are not that good at stand up to come into the break room. I'm like, friend, sorry. So yeah, but again, I'm like, oh,
right on.
Any cool festivals or anything happening in your bar? Are you guys doing open mic yet? I'm still waiting for that answer.
No, they are taking one of my ideas and implementing it though.
The micro wrestling?
No, I fucking wish, dude. Trust me. I've been trying.
You know, it's a whole, like, you just call them and they just come and set up.
I know, dude. And
they did it at the...
I even said, like, dude, we've got grass. You've seen it.
I've seen it.
The grass. Move the tables. Put 2 soccer nets. Midget soccer. Let's go. Fucking anything. That would be awesome. I'll fucking be a ref.
No, you won't. You're way too tall.
Fucking yellow card. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know what yellow card and red card means. I'll just fucking wing it. It'll be great.
You can't. There's no yellow and red.
See?
No, my point is...
Orange card?
No. For little people, it would be like green. Lucky Charms. No.
But no, like... they
but weren't they doing like a whole like band and all of that stuff before?
Yeah, they've got a band. They still got bands that play there. We do live music every day.
Who's your promoter? Doesn't matter. They suck.
The owner. Yeah, tell me about it. But no, the Mondays at the inside, because it's the two bars. The inside bar, it's fucking a waste of time for the bartender. Like Mondays is.
I get that. That's fine,
$30.
but I'm talking about like.
So I told them, I was like, well, when I worked at a bar that wouldn't do anything on Mondays, I held movie Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
I'd play a movie on the TV when people came in. Sat down and ordered food and drinks, they would end up be like, she'd be like, you ready to go? He'd be like, well, let's finish the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And they would order more drinks, and I would start making more money that way.
Mm-hmm.
I told them that, and they're like, it kept them in their seat for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, that's fucking genius. So now they're talking about getting a popcorn machine with self-serve popcorn and Monday movie night. And I was all like, yeah, and you could even put a movie quote on a board. On your way out, write down what the name of the movie is from the quote. If you get it right, you get an entry into a raffle at the end of the month for a $25 gift card. Keeps them coming back every Monday.
Right.
I'm like,
dude, and you got the lawn, so you could do one of those inflatable on the
Well, they want it for the inside bar to bring people inside.
I know, but if it became popular,
right? Yeah. But so they're going to be doing Monday movie nights and stuff like that, and like they're implementing a few different things. I think they were even talking about like a trivia night or something like that. But I'm gonna push. I'm gonna try to push the stand up comedy or like open mic. I actually know a DJ that does open mic, and it's not Riffic. It's somebody that works with Riffic though, and apparently it's huge. He was doing it at CB2.
Yeah, I do. Oh, I forgot about CB2. I forgot about
CB2 doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, I forgot about that place that had an open mic though. I should have went there for some bits.
So the DJ that runs that is like a really good friend of mine. So, and I was talking to him last night about it because he goes, "Oh no, I won't be doing anything Monday because I've got my open mic." I was like, "Oh yeah," and I asked him, I was like, "Where are you doing that now that CB2 doesn't exist?"
Right.
But there was a group of people around. They're like, "What's CB2?" And then we got into discussion about how the hurricane
went off
came
the
through.
right. Yeah, right.
And then
Rails, right.
they got looted, and now it's no more. And so I never found out where he's doing it now.
Awesome.
But I'll text him and I'll find out so you can start
Find
doing
out because I'm
stand-up
gonna.
on Mondays.
I got a lot of material to work on. Let me just go off into a riff real quick and drop this.
I'll text him right now. See if we can get you out there tomorrow.
I know there's a place on Sundays that I'm going to start going. That they asked me to come out, and I haven't gone yet.
On Mondays?
Yeah, no, Sundays.
Oh, Sundays.
On Sundays. I might start going to try that, and then I got every other Wednesday. I do a little open mic at one of the kava bars to try some material out. So, but for anybody who's listening or watching our episodes, who will be in Fort Lauderdale, I'll be featuring with Carl Remy at the Fitz Bar and Lounge for Fitz and Giggles on April 13th in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, dope.
I'll be featuring there. It'll be me, and Carl will be headlining, and me and Brittany Brave will be featuring. So she's hilarious, dude. She's a New York comic that came down here. She's so funny. So I already know I'm the fucking opener. I like knowing that their skill level versus me. I'm like, okay, clearly I'm first. Y'all can follow me way easier than I'll be able to follow you guys. So let me just put that out there. You know, I'm getting quite a bit more material, but I don't have. I honestly know, and I don't have the experience to pull it. But I'm on the freaking flyer. Magic figure time. Who wants to see it? Here we go. It's kind of far off. It's going to be April 13th. Again, Fort Lauderdale. And as we get closer, if you follow me on Instagram, of course, I'll post this because it's a little early. But that's the only place you're going to see the flyer until it comes time to advertise. And then on April 16th, a few days later, I'll be in Lake Placid. I'm doing a show at the Barn, I think it's called. I don't have got the details on that one yet. There's a possibility, March 11th, it's a Saturday, next Saturday, actually, the Saturday after this show comes out, I might be at the Mercola Market in Cape Coral. I haven't got that confirmation. Carl Remy, our buddy, will be, for sure. And he's trying to get me a guest spot up on his show. So he says it should be no big deal, but I don't want to do 100%. I don't want anybody to come out there and say, "Oh, I want to say came to see Bob," and then I'm not there. So it's a good possibility. Again, follow me on Instagram. I'll post there if I end up on it. But it'll be March 11th. It'll be Marcola Market. April 13th, Fort Lauderdale. And April 16th is Lake Placid. Is it Lake Placid? Yeah, Lake Placid. I think that's it. That's it. That's all I can confirm right now. I'm trying to set more stuff up for March. I'm trying to set up more places in Cape Coral, like the wine bar, and there's a place in Bonita I'm trying to get going, and some other stuff. And again, if you follow me on Instagram, I have it all set up there. Right. And if you want to come to the Kava Bar in Fort Myers, every other Wednesday, I work material there. I'm going to start promoting that just to get more crowd out there because it's very quiet.
1 year from now, Bob might be playing in Vegas.
And 1 year from now, I could be doing Vegas shows.
There's a possibility.
Yeah, there's also Tampa later in the summer and chance of Orlando and Miami. But again, you have to follow me on Instagram. But going off of what you said,
yeah,
Adam's thinking about moving to Vegas. Yep. Should he do it?
Yeah, let's have a poll.
Leave your comments in the
Should I move to Vegas?
Should you move to Vegas? So if Adam should move to Vegas, check right now. If you're listening to us on Spotify, scroll down a little bit on the Spotify app underneath this episode and find out there's a poll there. Should Adam move to Vegas? Yes or no? I'll have a poll.
Okay.
Spotify will do a poll for me. Watch.
Let's see what people think.
I don't know if anybody's going to do anything. I don't know if they're going to say anything. Some people don't like to answer questions. It's weird. But on this, there'll be a poll. Yes or no. Should Adam move to Vegas? Don't even need good things or bad. But here's the question everyone's going to want to know. Why?
So, as a bartender in Vegas, the amount of money you make is like...
But how many... But what's
ridiculous.
Hold on. Let me always be the opposite side of the coin. Okay?
Okay.
So, how is it any different to make money here than it is to make money in Vegas? Is it just the amount of money?
Yeah.
Is it just the amount of money, or like you and I talked about, this is what I was trying to lead into here, or is it because you'll be able to do the flare?
Well, both. Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's what I was trying to get that going.
Yeah. So they're more susceptible to it's Vegas. Like flare bartenders, that's where you go.
For show.
So,
it's a show.
Yeah, and they have competitions and stuff for flare out there. I'm nowhere near that good. Those guys are. I don't know how some of these guys do it, but they like make shit levitate. It's crazy.
But if you practiced,
I could. Yeah, I very well could. But I'm not trying.
That'd be cool.
I'm not trying to get to that level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to retire from bartending before I would get there. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
But here's the thing. There's bartenders out there that are pulling 6 figures a year.
Right.
Ridiculous. Because, you work at that nightclub at the bottom of the casino. Somebody just hit big. Somebody's going to the club and they're throwing money around. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like stuff like that. You work at a little bar in the bottom of a casino. Somebody's sitting there at a slot machine at the bar. Fucking hits. Oh, here's a $3,000 tip. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
So the money that I can make out there is significantly more than I can make here. The housing out there is significantly less than it is here.
Right.
Like,
right now.
Well, it's not significantly less. It's literally the same amount of money.
Yeah.
You just get a hell of a lot more house.
Right.
Than than you would here. So it's like,
no, Florida's the worst.
The amount that I'm spending on a 950 square foot apartment here, I'm getting a 1,600 square foot 3-bedroom house.
Right.
With a backyard.
Right.
Majority of houses in Vegas have a fenced in backyard.
Right.
And I say yard sparingly because you have no grass.
Yeah, desert. It's rocks.
Yeah, you have dirt and rock.
Yeah.
But I hope Freya gets used to pooping and peeing on dirt and rock. It's like one big fucking litter box in my backyard. But yeah, so it's the money. So if I move out to Vegas, it's only going to be for like a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
Just to bankroll money away. And then stop bartending and, either build a business or start my own business where, I can make money without have other people. You know how they say the easiest way to make money is have other people make it for you. So start a business that I can make money without having to spend all of my time doing that one thing.
Right.
So that it'll free me up to be able to do more of the film stuff and be able to do that. I kind of make my own schedule in a sense. Or possibly even just moving to Atlanta and then starting off.
Okay, but Atlanta's completely different than Vegas.
No, absolutely. So I would go to Vegas, save up a bankroll, move to Atlanta, and even just start back off at the bottom, fucking serving people coffee that I would need to get to know in order to make it more into the film industry.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't survive on that kind of money. I mean, fucking nobody can.
People do, though.
Yeah, with multiple jobs. Too old for that.
Well, you're not going to be able to afford to live in downtown Atlanta. But if you drove into Atlanta to do movie stuff, that's a different thing.
Right.
Like I drive I'll drive to Fort Lauderdale. Like I was just saying, I'll drive to Fort Lauderdale to do comedy. You know what I'm saying? That's freaking, I go up on stage for 10, 15 minutes and then go and drive another 2 hours home.
But you are also just starting out.
That's what I'm saying.
The money that you make for doing that stand-up in Fort Lauderdale pays for that trip to get to Fort Lauderdale to do that stand-up bit.
Right.
Because you're still getting your start. And that's what I'm saying. So when I get my start, I might not be making a livable wage.
Correct.
So if I have a bank account that can hold me until I can start meeting the right people and start getting the right jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So like that's, or I just say, fuck Vegas, and I just go to Atlanta and struggle. And do that,
if you live,
it's a possibility. Or I just fucking stay here and talk into this microphone and
and
continue doing what I've been doing.
Yeah, because like if you're gonna want to do the movie stuff, you have to.
It's not here.
It's not. That's
here.
what we've come to find out. That's what we've actually come to find out. Is working on this, even working on our show, is as high of great as a production that we put into this show, and it's not hard for us to do this show because of all the. I mean, keep in mind where we started with this show was. No, I was just saying it's like to do movie stuff. It's like it's
not
Atlanta.
Here.
It's not here. It's definitely in Atlanta though. I don't think it's in Vegas. And it's a possibility.
More than here.
And it's a possibility. But I think here's the thing: is I think if you were going to see, like for me, for like for me working at the job that I have or whatever, working the shipping and receiving for this wholesale company is fine. And I was like, let me, I could do the movie stuff, but let me also see how far I can get inside this company. And I was like, let me, and I made a whole lot of money real fast.
You also have a retirement.
Right.
As
I made
for
a lot of money real fast, and then was like,
Vegas, I will.
I'm focusing too much on this, and I'm good to go. Now I can back off, and that's why I'm like, let me start doing. I'm saying now like all my kids are grown, and so now I can like, I've got extra money, or I could go do comedy. You know what I'm saying, on the side, and even though that doesn't pay, honestly, I'm okay. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Right. So what I'm saying to you though is the ability to take your job to that level, to that next level.
The ability to tell my job to shove it.
To tell your job to shove it. No, the ability to take your job to the next level of being even a flair. Let's just call it a flair bartender. Not even call it a regular bartender. Fuck don't be regular. Don't ever be normal bartender boy. Just be a flair bartender. To take that and go to that next level of flair bartending could bank you the money you would want to turn around and not have to go to Atlanta and just be like, and I've made so much money doing flair bartending that now I make my own movies.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
And have you thought about that? Because my thought process is working for a wholesale shipping and receiving company is not going to lead me anywhere near Hollywood. The company I work for doesn't even fucking run commercials on TV. So there's not even an option for me to go and say, hey, can I go work for your production company No, they don't even have that shit. They don't even do billboards. They don't do signs. They don't do ads. They do none of that. So there's not even an option for me to go run and play and learn and network or anything, So I was like, well, fuck all that. I've always wanted to do stand-up comedy, always. You knew this.
Yeah.
And, thank you, Carl Remy, again, for giving me opportunities to feature on his shows, and help me. And, I've learned from so many other comics as well, like just doing open mics with them. Like, they think, that you're this bit and that bit and you're doing good and things, and just diving into this. But my thought process is this: if I can do comedy and I can be good enough at that or decent enough at that, I get that as a pay. But it is at least in that same line of sight of going into acting, movies, producing that, you know what I'm saying? That thing. And to me, it seems to me like flair bartending in Vegas, if you became, for lack of a better way to put it, a sideshow kind of pull with flair bartending, you could almost go anywhere and fucking be like, who's ready to see the great Adam Bartender Flair guy? I don't know the fucking special magic name you want or whatever. Fucking, you know what I'm saying?
The Greatest Showman. Oh.
You could be like, Adam. And what would you call yourself? What bartender cool Magic Mike bartender name would you give yourself?
Huh.
Think about that. Think about if you went to the gym.
Magic Adam XL.
Just think about that. If you went to the gym and then got all like buff and then just wore jeans and like flip bottles and set shit on fire. Do you know how much money you can make, dude? You know how much money you can make alone on like OnlyFans? You could do tutorial OnlyFans videos of like just you without a shirt on, just be like, okay, and today we're going to learn how to make old fashions.
Okay, but you just made me sound fat.
Because I said, okay, so today we're going to learn how to make
we're just
No, if I made you sound fat, it would... No.
You gotta... Okay,
no,
so today what we're going to do...
That's not what I did. If I wanted you to sound fat, I would just exaggerate the B's. All right, everybody. Today, we're We're going to learn how to make old fashions.
Why am I German now?
Because more as you get fatter, more of your German side comes out.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there's a whole fucking. I had a whole storyline back here in my head. Just keep up. No, but my point is that like there's an angle here, and I don't think you see it.
No, I see it.
Because how many flair bartenders do you know? Let me answer that for everyone. 0. Let me phrase that then. Let me rephrase the question. How many famous flair bartenders do you know? 0. So let's put your fucking flaring ass on TikTok. What's up?
So
that's what we need to do. Oh, that's what we should be doing. We got to get you on TikTok, dude.
Yeah.
You could be like the TikTok tattoo bartender. Tattooed TikTok bartender. Oh my god.
The TTB.
The TTB, dude. Let's move into filthy trivia. Here we go. Start the music. Ready? This is going to totally change the tempo of the show.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
You're about to masturbate, and you realize you're... All right, hold on. Stop. You're about to masturbate, and you realize that you're out of your best lube. Because apparently, there's different grades of lube. You're about to masturbate, and you realize that you're out of your best lube. Which of the following recommended by sexpert Megan Barnett as a temporary replacement? Is it A, petroleum jelly, B, hand cream, C, just spit in your hand, or D, use none of them?
Just spit in your hand.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Spit in your hand?
Well, no, because, no. If it's a professional.
Megan Barnett, sexpert Megan Barnett.
Sexpert. So, what was the first two?
Petroleum jelly, hand cream, spit in your hand,
petroleum jelly,
or none of the above.
Petroleum jelly.
So you're out of your best lube. You're gonna reach for the petroleum jelly. Essentially,
I've never used
Vaseline.
petroleum jelly, so I don't know if it's like cool, minty fresh. Like
no, it's not
like
icy
Vaseline.
hot. You're not using fucking icy hot.
That's
on your
what
cock.
I'm saying. Like I don't know if that's how petroleum jelly is. I've never used petroleum jelly.
You know what Vaseline is in those little yellow jars?
Yeah, and I also know it's fucking. Yeah, you fucking.
No,
I'm not trying to put fucking menthol on my dick.
It's not Vicks Vapor Rub, creeper.
Oh. That's what I thought.
No, we're not putting
Vaseline.
Vicks
Vaseline.
Vapor Rub on
That's
your
what
dick.
I was thinking. Vicks Vapor Rub.
Vaseline.
Yeah. I don't want any menthol on my junk. So.
I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Okay, no. Yeah, that would burn a lot.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I'm not doing that. That reminds me of another story. Go ahead. Petroleum jelly.
Petroleum jelly. Final answer.
Yeah.
It's still wrong.
All right.
The answer's none.
None?
That's her. Just
fucking raw dog it?
This expert Megan Barnett says, yeah, just
raw dog it.
Just fucking go
till you bleed.
Go down until you swell, bro. Jesus.
All right.
What's going on, Megan? Did somebody hurt you? Damn.
For real.
You're trying to hurt everybody else.
At least spit on it. Jesus Christ.
Homegirl's rough. She's single.
Yeah.
100% single.
Oh, man. Oh, but speaking of.
Oh, here we go.
The vapor rub.
Yeah, Vicks.
Deal, like
go
that
ahead.
would burn. Do you remember those Quiznos commercials?
What?
There was old Quiznos commercials on like years ago. And the guy is standing there. He's got the Quiznos fucking uniform on.
Right.
He's got a sub, and he's like eating a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And the oven is like, "Hey Scott," like it would glow and like talk to him.
Right.
It's like, "Hey Scott." It's all like, "What?" He's like, "It's like, put it in me, Scott." Like, do you not remember these innuendo commercials?
No.
Yeah. The oven was like, "Put it in me, Scott." Yeah, put it in me.
Yeah.
And he's all like, "I'm not doing that again." And he looks down and he goes, "That burned." And I was like, "The fuck? This dude's fucking an oven?"
Dude, there's a commercial done by Skittles that was only played in Europe and was banned in the US. It was a husband and wife that just got married, and they come into the hotel room, like he carries her over the threshold or whatever, and it was all like, "Taste the rainbow," and it shows him like drop his pants or whatever, and like doesn't show him like jerk off or whatever, but it like kind of skips to the part they're getting hot and heavy. It kind of skips to the part of like right before he like busts, and it just shows her in her like, wedding dress, and like all these Skittles hit her in the face, and it goes taste the rainbow, and I'm like, whoa, dude.
That's awesome.
I'm like, what country showed that? Holland. That's what country showed.
Yeah,
the Netherlands.
I approve, Skittles.
The Netherlands showed that.
You get the Adam stamp of approval.
Like, hey, YouTube, if you're going to show a commercial during our show, use that one. Yeah, so like, yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, dude,
Banned
like
commercials.
the Quiznos commercials, man. Put it in me, Scott. I'm not doing that again. That burned. Fucking what? Yeah, but it was all about putting the sandwich in the oven. But it was innuendo.
Is Quiznos even around anymore?
Fucked his oven.
Is Quiznos even around?
Yeah, at airports.
Oh yeah, it's airports. Subway kind of came in and dominated.
Yeah, Quiznos was good though.
No,
I mean, I would get it every time I would fly anywhere.
Do you eat Subway too?
Not as much as I used to.
I know. It feels like they went away. They were everywhere for a while, like Starbucks, and then they slowly.
They're supposedly
depleted.
Making some huge change.
Like they're gonna switch to burgers,
Subway?
like how IHOP did and ruined everything.
It was on the news recently about.
You know, Subway does pizza.
Fuck, I don't remember. Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, and fucking Pizza Hut does subs. Crazy.
it's crazy. This world we live in. And in Italy, McDonald's does spaghetti. Weird.
And the Taco Bell on Colonial does seafood.
I know, it's all weird. Since 2020, nobody can get anything right anymore. It's crazy.
Yeah. Have you ever like known anybody from like another state that calls food by something else?
Yeah.
Isn't that fucking annoying?
No. Here's the thing. I want to say it can be for you. I get that. I'm not trying to like call you out, but it can
annoying.
be
It throws me off.
It can be for you, but because before you were born, we lived in so many different places.
Right.
I had to like stick and move and adjust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I remember distinctively, we were living in Dover, Delaware for years, and we were living in Delaware. And as I was a kid, and we would call, like, people say soda down here.
Pop.
They say pop out Midwest in Colorado and California and stuff. And they would say sody up in, like, Delaware, Maryland, and back in the 80s, Massachusetts. Like, they would say sody. And so that's all I knew. I knew it as sody. And when we went to Spain, there was some kind of question that came up, I don't know, in class. And I was only like third grade, fourth grade, something like this. I was young, right? 8 or 9. And the answer was soda. And I said sody. And the whole class just started laughing because they never heard that. And it sounded like baby talk. You know what I'm saying? Even the teacher was like, let's say it right now. I'm like, what happened? But yeah, so I get exactly what you're saying because it's like, what would you hear,
dude? Like, so years ago, this is before I was even a bartender. Cool guy and everything, but he's from New York, and we worked together, and it was lunchtime, and I was like, man, I'm hungry. Like, you know, I wonder what I'm gonna eat. He goes, you want to go get a piece of pie? I was like, a piece of pie? I was like, dog, I want lunch, not dessert. Like, the fuck? He goes, no, man, we'll go get a whole pie and we can split it. I was like, dog, I don't want pie. Like, I want food. I want a hot meal. Pizza. Up in New York, they call pizza. It's like, oh yeah, let's go get a pie.
Yeah, because they're everywhere.
It's pizza, dog.
Yeah.
like,
speaking of pizza, I tried for the first time, and this is so weird to say this out now, freaking at this age, but an actual, like, not from, let me clarify this before everyone loses their mind, but an actual replicated Chicago-style deep dish. Not like, oh, the generic Pizza Hut deep dish or Domino. Like, right. This was like, it was thick. Like, you had to eat it with a fork and knife. And I was like, this might be my favorite type of pizza ever.
Yeah.
It's so good. You've had them?
Yeah.
You've had one? Yeah. So good. Yeah. If you can find the right kind,
I've
it's
had
so good.
Every kind of pizza you could think of.
Yeah.
Pizza's my jam.
Have you had the dessert pizzas? Seen those yet?
Well, yeah, like certain places have like dessert pizzas and stuff. Have you had the new thing at Papa John's?
Is it breakfast pizza? I don't know. What we're talking about?
So you know how they have like those like jalapeno popper stuff but it's like the garlic twist, but it has the cream cheese and the jalapenos in it at Papa John's. Well, now it's like those garlic twist bread, except on the inside is Oreo cream and Oreo cracker.
Nice. Oreo cookie. Yeah.
And then you dip that shit in icing. It's bomb, dude. Oh my god, it's like a Oreo pizza fucking
I don't know what's happening right now. Sounds like you just had
like an Oreo pizza roll.
Stroke.
It's like an Oreo pizza roll. Imagine that.
It sounds amazing.
It's amazing.
Sounds amazing.
It's delicious. They've had it out for a week. I've had it twice. No, it's been a little.
I like how that's how we're going to end the whole episode on food, and we started off with like we should go to the gym.
Yep. Enjoy while it lasts.
We should lose weight. We should be thin. We should eat pizza.
You have crumbs on your stomach right now.
Those aren't.
Oh, it's a bleach stain?
No, it's not even that.
Oh.
They're not. It's from the freaking.
Oh, from the desk?
I think it's from the desk.
Oh.
I was going to say, because I just put this on before we started filming. Can't be, I hadn't even eaten it. Yeah, so I think that's it. I got you we got the trivia. I think we covered everything for this episode. Everything that for the basis, because we're coming down the end of season 5. Oh, side note, if you, for Patrons out there, while we're on hiatus, because we always take a break between seasons, while we're on hiatus, you will not be charged for the next 4 weeks. So you'll actually skip a charge since there's not going to be an episode coming out.
Right. Yeah. We're putting a pause on the payments.
We haven't done that before because it was going into being able to provide merch and stuff. And since the new merch is still being designed, I should say, there's no point in it for you guys paying for an episode that's not going to come out while we're in hiatus. So right now, if you wonder why, hey, I was supposed to get charged for Patreon. No, we put a pause on all payments going forward. Until another episode comes out. When another episode comes out, then it'll come back. But we don't want you guys to have to pay for anything you're not getting because we're nice and we're just trying to make sure you get what you deserve. But this marks episode 120 out of 120 episodes. We do 24 episodes a season, so that's 5 seasons in. I think we've done 1 bonus episode or 2 bonus episodes. There's the math is off, I know, because we've done extra bonus or lost episodes or things like that.
Yeah.
So, but when it comes down to numbered episodes, like official numbered episodes, I think we put out 120. I think this is what this lands on. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy. So, well, I mean, we'll see, but we'll see. And if we got Adam and I have got so much going on, like I've already announced, I got a bunch of stand-up comedy shows coming.
Yeah, I am also.
Adam's debating whether or not to go to Vegas, but that won't be within the next 4 weeks. So
that won't be until closer to the end of the year. But
you can always still check us out on the Stand Up and Film podcast. Those episodes only come out like twice a month because we try to get more interviews. We try to get in with actors and stand-up comedians, and so it's not easy to time it right, and so it can't be a weekly thing for us because we're unfortunately very kind of disconnected from it. But the next, or not the next episode, but an episode soon, I can give them a sneak peek here on the Stand-Up and Film Stand-Up and Film podcast. We'll actually have Sean Whalen from the movie Twister, and he's got a new movie coming out called Crust that he's promoting. But he did The Bermuda Project, he did Twister, he did The People Under the Stairs, he played the assistant manager in Employee of the Month. Look him up, you know who I'm talking about, Sean Whalen. Super nice guy, is starting to become a friend of mine. I've talked to him so much, so he's hopefully going to be with us, joining us on the Stand Up and Film podcast. He's in LA, so it'd be via Zoom call, but soon, I got to set that up to make that happen. Yeah, so we'll be hearing us on the Stand Up and Film podcast, so make sure you find that on Spotify and follow it there. It's only, I think, going to be on Spotify for now. Again, Make sure you keep up with us on our YouTube channel. Follow me and Adam on Instagram to see what we're up to, what we're doing.
Yep. Try to post more.
If you're a dad and you're into video games, I'll be doing more of the Dad Gamers podcast. That'll go audio, so you can find that on Spotify as well now.
I might join him.
And
because there's certain games I play that he doesn't.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. So, Dad, if you want to keep up with us while we're on this little hiatus, there's going to be more projects and more things that we're putting out. So if you want, again, if you think we're funny or you like us or you are a fan, that's the only way to keep, honestly, that Instagram and Twitter and everything is the only way to keep up with us on what we're doing and what we're up to, I should say.
Instagram for me.
But yeah, so any other comedy shows I've got coming up for if you're a fan local to us and you're in the area or whatever, I'll be posting on my stories on anything locally happening. Other than that, you can check me out in Fort Lauderdale, April 13th.
I'll post his stories too.
Or you can check me out in Lake Placid, April 16th. Those are the only two that I can say that I am confirmed so far. But that's it. With that, we could wrap up season 5 and take a freaking break, and maybe I can go to Disney again.
Hey-o. Maybe I'll go with you.
Maybe you should. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. Peacocks up, everybody. And we'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye now.